Hi, this is Nell with Joyous Garden, and I'm going to tell you how to transplant a bougainvillea. This just happens to be my bougainvillea glabra, and we aren't going to transplant this one because it's way too old. But I'm going to tell you something I learned. I worked at a very reputable nursery in Berkeley, and we always told people to plant bougainvilleas in their pots. Just put slits in the pots and put them in the ground because although they are very tough, they have thorns. I have not watered this one all summer long. They are big babies when it comes to their roots. They have a very fragile root system. So it's not something I would recommend, but I'm going to tell you how I would do it. So make sure it is watered well before you dig it up. Dig up as much as the root ball as you can get. And what I would do is actually put it onto burlap and wrap the burlap around it like you're doing a bare root tree. And when you're taking it over to the hole, don't drag it. Pick it up and carry it so the root ball doesn't fall apart. And you want to dig a hole that's about 2 to 3 times the size of the root ball you're putting it in. It doesn't matter if it's all that much deeper. Put in some compost and some worm compost. Water that in well. Put the plant in there, burlap and all, and then fill it back up with the soil. And you might want to cut it back a bit too if it's a big plant, because it's going to go through probably a little bit of shock where it loses all its foliage. And it might take a month, 2 or 3 months for the foliage to come back, but just keep on watering it. They don't like to be damp or sopping wet, but during this transplant period, you definitely want to keep it moist. Bougainvilleas are fabulous for a riot of color. When this one is in full bloom, it's just magenta all the way up and over the garage. And they are very tough, but very fragile down below. I wouldn't recommend transplanting one, but if you really want to and you want to try it, I've told you how I would do it. So this is Nell with Joyous Garden on how to transplant a bougainvillea.